So we're outside today at the junction of Houston Public Road and Mandela Avenue. As you can see, the weather is bleaky, the rain is coming, but we're outside and we're going to be putting the spotlight on Sergeant Johnson, who has to show up every day, several parts of Georgetown, to do her work as a police in the Guyana Police Force. So we're going to be chatting with her a bit, learn more about what she is doing, and hopefully somebody who is watching here today is inspired. Hi, Ms. Johnson. Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Hello, good morning. Fine, thank you.
I know the weather is kind of bleaky. Is that affecting your work in any way today?
Negative.
All
Rain
right.
or shine, I have to be here.
I'm happy to hear that. So we're doing a series of interviews with women, and this series is titled The Resilient Woman, because you know women go through things every day and still we just gotta wake up and show up and do what we gotta do to make a living. And I'm happy to see it's early, the place is bleaky, and you're here doing your thing. So I want to ask you a bit, about your experience in the police force. But before we reach to that, what was your life like before you joined the force?
Well, I had a busy childhood. All right, my life was okay. We're being the youngest of 6. As I say, the youngest is a spoiled child. So I had a good childhood, playful childhood.
And where did you grow up, if I may ask?
Well, I was born at the Prashad Hospital, and I grew up in Durban Street Lodge.
Okay. And what age you decided to join the police force?
It was eons ago, I can't remember the age. However, I would have applied not directly out of school, but when I would have applied, the force at that time was not taking in any females.
Wow.
So I had to wait for some time, and then they would have called me for an interview, and I went and was successful.
Nice. And what was the training like? Being a woman, it probably would have been tough.
Tough at times, because transition from the civilian life onto the force life, it was tough. But as you can see, I'm here. It's been 16 years.
Wow.
Since I'm here.
Nice.
So,
and what's the bravest thing you've had to do since you've been a police? Bravest and scariest?
Nothing really scary, I would say. The bravest thing, at one time I had to go on a raid in Agricola, right? Just out of training school. And that was kind of, me had to being brave, but nothing really scary. Didn't have to dodge any bullets or so.
You sound like you're made for this, man. And I want to ask too, what's the most beautiful experience that you've had thus far in the police force?
Well,
one that you cherish most?
The experiences that I have are one of the most beautiful experiences, having to interact with persons, especially kids. You do lecture to school, interact with the younger folks, and that's a good experience for me.
Nice. And before joining the force, did you see yourself being a police at this time of your life, or you had other aspirations?
Well, not actually being a police, but I wanted to join the military.
Okay.
Right? At a young age, I would stand on the pavement and they would have this parade, as we would call it, but now I know it's Route March. And the GDF used to have a regular Route March. So, as a child, I would be all excited.
Yeah.
So I would, jump up and... So I think that was one of the things that would have gravitated me towards being in law enforcement.
So I know in the Guyana Police Force there are more male officers than there are female officers. So I want to ask, is there any particular challenge being a female police officer?
I've had my amount of challenges, but I would have overcome those. Right? People tend to think that women are the weaker sex or the weaker link in the Guyana Police Force. However, we've been a driving force of this Guyana Police Force.
Nice.
Right? Not being the weaker link. Right? At some point in time, I would like to see a female commissioner of police, We're getting there. We have a lot of educated young police women in the Guyana Police Force. And we will have a female as a commissioner of police sometime in the near future.
Nice, nice. And since this series is dubbed The Resilient Woman, the question we're asking everyone, on days when you're feeling down and you feel like, oh gosh, I really can't do it today, what is that one thing that keeps you inspired and keeps you going every day?
The resilient woman. Sometimes I may be down. However, I would pray.
Nice.
Right? Say a prayer. Before you leave your house, you pray. During the work, you pray. You ask the Father to guide you, protect you throughout whatever goes on a daily basis on the road. Right? And with prayers, everything would come true.
Nice. Love it. And for young girls who are watching, what bit of advice can you give to them who are also aspiring to become a police one day?
Well, to the young ladies that are watching us and watching the interview, my advice to you is that to take in your education. Once you take in that education and you know what you want, what you're about, go for it.
All right, thank you so much, Sergeant Johnson. We'll let her go do her thing now. And thank you for watching.
Take care of business the supreme way.
Your health is our priority, and at Annamaya Memorial Hospital, we offer 24-hour access to CT scan services, life-saving diagnostic imaging technology that can save your life today. With our state-of-the-art GE Lightspeed 16-slice CT scanner, we can readily scan for a fractured skull, bleeding in the brain, or any other injury with early detection of tumors. Call us today at 322-3478 or 322-3474 for more information. Our professionals are always ready to assist you at Annamaya Memorial Hospital as we continue to revolutionize healthcare in Berbice.